All right, good morning. Happy Friday. You made it to Friday. Congrats. Okay, so what's on the agenda today, Mr. McNair? Well, Mr. McNair is going to give you a brief conversation about the Reformation, okay? We're going to touch on a couple topics. I'm going to introduce the 97 Theses to some of you. Some of you may be familiar with this. Some of you may not be familiar with this, because we all heard about the 95 Theses, right? Okay, but before we jump into that, I want to touch on, make sure we turn in our map assignment from Monday regarding the geography of Europe, tailored toward the Reformation and Renaissance and so forth. Okay, so make sure we go ahead and submit that today. And then there's also the assignment on Wednesday that was assigned, the choice board regarding the Reformation. Again, if you have any questions regarding that, by all means, hop on the Zoom. Seriously, hop on the Zoom. Ask me questions. It makes it fun. Okay. And then, so, regarding the Reformation, give you guys a little brief history if some of you haven't really jumped into it, okay? Reformation is going to be this huge religious movement. And then there's going to be people who came before Martin Luther who were, pushing for this. And some historians might link them to being the true, catalyst to start this whole thing and so forth. But Martin Luther is the individual that when you think of the Reformation and you think of individuals who fought against the Catholic Church of the time and promoted this, basically what would transition to a more westernized Christianity, Protestantism, you would think of Martin Luther, okay? So Martin Luther, he's known for his 95 Theses, right? He goes and posts it on the church door, and basically the Catholic Church is going to go, Martin Luther, you're a heretic. What are you doing? You're speaking against our teachings. And Martin Luther's whole proposal was basically with the 95 Theses. Obviously, he goes into some of his theology, but his main thing was fighting against indulgences, okay? For those of you who don't know what indulgences are, it's basically where you can buy out your sin, okay? Say, hey, I'm going to pay X amount of money, and the Catholic Church was basically profiting off this, okay? And Martin Luther's going, nah, this isn't the way the Bible, this isn't what the Bible says. This is more just your doing and so forth. And so that's going to get everybody riled up. But here's the deal. The 97 Theses, from a historian's perspective, is probably actually a lot more interesting when you want to take a look into what was going on in Martin Luther's mind, what concepts, what beliefs did he share, and so forth. Because 97 Theses was more of these, attacks on the Catholic Church, just not on the whole indulgences aspect. It was more just an overview of Martin Luther's whole theology and how he thought everything should be practiced when it comes to worship and religion and so forth regarding Christianity. And so I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at 97 Theses if you haven't done so. But if not, it's a cool thing to check out. He literally wrote the 97 Theses and actually posted it, about, I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was like 3-4 weeks. Basically a month before he would release the 95 Theses, which got everybody wild up. But in reality, the 97 Theses was actually probably more of an attack than the 95 Theses, but no one really did anything. It was just kind of like there's crickets, and it's just like, okay. So maybe people started to take, pay attention to the 97 Theses, or maybe just no one read it. But the deal is, the 95 Theses, the one that is, I would argue less controversial, although it's still extremely controversial, it's just not as, detrimental, or Martin Luther is not causing as much havoc to the whole belief system of Catholicism and their teachings, as opposed to when he was doing that with the 97 Theses, okay? 95 Theses, again, is more centered around indulgences. But, yeah, definitely go check that out. I don't want to continue to spew on for too long because I know you guys got to go places, got things to do. So make sure you have a wonderful day, all right? Carpe diem.